You
5-2
look,
defeat of Leeds. How are we feeling?
you look as happy as me.
Mate, I'm raging. You have to watch the match reaction. Massive rant. But how you feel?
It was a fair scoreline. I think they were making a big thing about that penalty. Like I think they all seem to think it was a penalty, and it probably was, but it would have been if Bruce singles that out as changing the game. It's a soft excuse because I thought Leeds were a much better side. They deserved that win. Played with energy, high tempo, looked to create chances, and we were just poor. I mean, I just thought it felt it's one of those sort of games where you play a top side with quality. You can sort of, I don't like it, but you can justify the men behind the ball tactics. But I think against a sort of plucky Leeds team but lacking quality, they're going to create chances just because of the way they attack, but they're going to leave themselves open, and their defense isn't great. I mean, if nothing else, just try and have a succession of corners against them. Just like try and push up the pitch and create problems, put balls in. But it was just meek. I think that we saw with the goals we scored that if you created chances against them, you'd score goals. But the very shaky defense. But you can't knock Bielsa, and you can't knock that sort of ethos, I guess. It's a world apart from our ethos, so it's fair play to them. It's nice to have a manager that's not anti-football, I guess. And you look at Allardyce entering the league again. You've got the showdown between Bruce and Allardyce to follow, and you've got Dyche. The way Burnley's methods are, they've been successful for them, but it's not particularly great to watch. And the Premier League advertises the best league in the world, and it's got some pretty poor matches if you look at it, and some dinosaur managers in the division. So it's not, that 5-2 might tell you that it was a good game today, but it wasn't really.
Unless you're a Leeds fan.
It was just, I just think it's just poor, very, very poor. And, I think it's just missed it. It's too one-dimensional. If you look at trying out to, they're going to score goals against us the way that, the way that Leeds play. And just try and be a bit more, just don't give them the ball, don't give them the energy. They normally exert a lot of energy to win the ball back, but they didn't have to with 70% possession. It's
the thing that I picked up there is at the start of the interview, you say one of them games 5-2, but we've got to remember this is Leeds. Leeds, it's not Liverpool. It's not Salah, Mane, Firmino. It's Patrick Bamford. It's Dallas. It's Harrison. Who in the end have had good games, scored good goals. There's no reason why Newcastle can't be doing what Leeds do, pressing high, playing attacking football. Yet all these media outlets say, we're deluded. We should be happy with what we've got. We both level on points, but the football that we play, Newcastle United and Leeds, is worlds apart, isn't it?
Well, look at them. I mean, we've lost, teams are going to be in and around with this season. We got thumped off Brighton. We made Brighton look like the old Barcelona, didn't we? And Lamptey looked like some sort of superstar, didn't he? Down that bombing forward from the wing back position and that. But it's, I just think there's three key games for us. Obviously, we're looking at Sheffield United. We're looking at Fulham on Saturday is huge. We're looking at Brentford. If we don't get favourable results in those three games, then it's going to be a long, hard winter. If we get good results, then I think it's going to be comfortable. So there's a lot to play for. I think Allardyce will. It's a horrible appointment for football, but it's in the short term, he's going to give West Brom every chance of staying up. Burnley, when they get their players back, are showing signs of got that steely resolve about them. You're never far away from a couple of defeats or few defeats on the trot, and you're in trouble. A couple of wins, you're looking like people are saying Europe. Then 3 defeats, and you're looking over your shoulder, aren't you? So I think it's going to be some big games coming up. I'm not sure quite why we're not playing Sheffield United before Christmas. I'm not sure the fixtures have worked out, but that's a key game as well. I just think we need to just get the points on the board and then just make it easy for ourselves and not have the excuses that we've got to forfeit cups because we're fighting relegation like it normally happens. So just have to see what happens.
Allardyce, you mentioned the return of Allardyce coming in at West Brom. Who's worse, Brucey or Allardyce, or are they just as bad and awful in Jurassic Park as each other?
Well, I think I've got to say Allardyce is worse purely because I hate the bloke. You know, like I think football he's odious, isn't he? So at least Bruce, you know, I'd have a pint with Bruce. If Bruce wanted to buy us a pint at Wetherspoons, I'd sit with him, we'd have a chat. You know, he's a nice enough bloke. He's just useless. That's all. He's probably going to say the same about me. So
he's going to get paid £1.5 million. Yeah, be useless. Just what he wants as a football manager, isn't it?
Well, it's better to be nice and useless than a cunt and useless, isn't it? So sorry, you can edit that out, but that's what Allardyce is, I guess, isn't he?
We've been swearing at plenty on this on tonight's show, mate. Don't worry about it. Well, anything else you want to talk about tonight's game?
Not really. I think I'll just get back to watching the Liverpool-Tottenham game, watching proper teams play.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. Cheers, mate.
Right. See you, mate.
See you on Saturday.
Okay.
Sure.
See you then.